Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, just bringing you an update what's going on at the garage. So, 1968 Pontiac GTO. This is a real GTO 4-speed. Nice, really nice car. This car is as close to original as you're gonna get with a car this age. It has had disc brake conversion put on it, so that was done in the means of safety because drum brakes suck. So that was done, but everything else inside this car is basically the original parts to the car. The alternator, when it went bad, they had it rebuilt. They didn't replace it. Power steering pump, again, when it went bad, he had it rebuilt, did not replace it. The starter on this car, Pontiac on this side, which you can't even see it. The starter, which is way down there under the exhaust manifold, went bad. Again, they had it rebuilt, did not replace it. We did have a bit of an overheating problem with the car, so we put a new clutch in and a 7-blade fan instead of the smaller 5-blade fan that he had in there, hoping that's going to help it out a little bit. Plus, we put a smaller pulley to spin the fan a little bit faster, also to get a little bit better circulation on the water, so it flows a little bit better. And we took out the 160 thermostat that they had in there and put a 185 in there. And the reason for that is the 185 will keep the water in the radiator longer than the 160. The 160 will constantly stay open, so the water's just free-flowing inside the motor. So with the 185, it'll close up a little bit, slowing the water down, letting it sit in the radiator a little bit longer, and hopefully cooling this car down and keeping her from overheating. We also had a few issues with the brakes, so we put new pads on the front, which nothing big, nothing major. That was a very easy thing. And then in the rear, we had the wheel cylinders that were leaking. So we replaced the wheel cylinders and we also replaced the axle seals. And again, I'll show you on this car. That's the wheel cylinder, that's the axle seals. And both of them were leaking onto the drum, and then from the drum it gets onto the brake shoes, causing you not to have brakes. So we replaced all that on both sides, cleaned out his differential, filled it with new oil, and put her all back together. Then we did a few other small odds and ends on the interior, and look at this interior. Look at the car, look at how beautiful the interior of this car is. I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. It is so nice. Everything is perfect. It's a 4-speed car with the correct 4-speed center console, the bucket seats in it, beautiful back seat. It even has a rear fan defroster, so that's really nice. I mean, this car is a really nice car. The only real thing that he's done is he's put better gauges in it. So this way you can get a more accurate reading on what the car is doing. We also found that the parking brake cables were bad on this car. The driver's side parking brake cable broke, and it was just kind of hanging there. So he only had the right side parking brake cable somewhat working. So we ended up replacing all his cables back there as well. Fixed up a few other things, did full fluid changes, and she is just about ready to go. All we really have to do now is adjust his carburetor, because he said he was having a few issues with the carburetor. So we'll make some adjustments on that, set the choke correctly, check the timing, make sure it's good, get that all set up, take her for a test drive, keep our fingers crossed, and hope that she's going to be done. Give me a second, I'll bring you underneath. Hang on.